fear of being seen. Why do you sabotage your own success? When you start to become successful at something, why do you stop? The moment you feel uncomfortable with this video, leave and let your life never change. Stay at 15 or 40 years old, always thinking the same, never able to succeed. If you want your brain to keep using you and you want to keep failing, leave. When things are going well, when there is no reason to stop, every single time, the same point, as if someone is pulling you back. Why? Come with me. In this video, we will see why you give up on the threshold of success. Reaching out your hand is enough to achieve success, but you stopped. The problem is not your discipline. The problem is in something that success does to you. The problem is not you either. Most people don't see this. It starts quietly. You feel it slowly until it ruins everything. People start something, struggle at first, keep going, and make progress. Then something changes. But what? Things start to get easier. Success approaches. It has gotten used to that pace. And right at that moment, it withdraws. Why? This pattern is old. It repeats in every generation. It repeats in every person. The beginning is always hard, but it is done. The middle is hard, but you continue. But the moment of success is something else. Giving up is very easy. In the 1960s, an observation and experiment were conducted. People were learning a skill. They worked for weeks. They made progress. Researchers measured. They reached 70% success level, approached 80%, reached 90%. Then something happened. Absences increased. Effort decreased. Pace dropped. But why did they do this when they were so close to success? 1 week before the test day, 43% quit completely. Why? Their answers were different. Their goal was the same. No time. I'm tired. Not needed anymore. Things like that were said. I know you have an excuse too, but the pattern was the same. When success approached, they quietly withdrew. In 2012, the same research was repeated in different cities, with different people, in different skill areas. At the same point, the same actions were taken, the same quitting reasons, the same excuses. The problem is not the era. The problem is something else. Let's find it together. Come with me. The first week is hard. You are new and aware. You are unskilled because you haven't learned yet. But there is excitement. There is passion. There is a feeling pushing you into that work. The second week is also a struggle, but you get used to it. The third week is easier because you got used to it, warmed up, your body feels safe. The fourth week has visible progress. The fifth week you notice. You say, I'm improving. You carry the awareness that you are approaching success. The sixth week is clearer. You say, I can do it. The seventh week something changes quietly. Going is no longer an exploration because you think you have discovered what you needed to discover. Going becomes a duty. I have to go, you say. The pressure of obligation begins to weigh down. It's necessary, you say. Why is it necessary? You don't know. You can't find why you feel obliged, but you say it. The eighth week you skip 1 day, like a holiday. There is an excuse, a good excuse. The ninth week you skip 2 days, and you have excuses. Again an excuse, again good. The 10th week the brain makes a calculation. Quietly, you don't notice. It's not you doing this, it's your brain. Is this energy worth it? Am I tiring myself for nothing? Is this necessary? Is this pressure worth it? Aren't I good enough already? What's the purpose of going? Shouldn't I go? Should I go? And it finds an answer. Day 42. Most people break here. They stop. They say, I'm successful now. I don't need to do it anymore. Why this day? Because you are now good. You are aware you are good and you don't see the need to continue. You used to be terrible. You knew nothing about this subject. Now you know you are good. You worked, you strived. You went for 42 days. The mirror shows it. People say it. You feel it. Actually, you are somewhat that way. With one difference. What is that difference? Come with me. The brain asks, what will you gain by getting better? You think day and night. No answer. And you can't find the answer. Going from good to great requires the same energy. Maybe even more. But the return, uncertain. So you wonder if you even need great. Wasn't good enough for you? No, it's not like that. Come with me. When going from bad to good, everything was clear. You knew nothing, and you strived to learn. As a result, you became good. Everyone noticed. You felt it. But from good to great, who will see? Who will care? Will even you notice? And more confusing questions that tire your brain. The brain calculates. High cost, uncertain return. You will work hard. The result is uncertain, and it withdraws. Why take the risk? You call this being realistic, being logical. The brain calls this survival mode. Now pay attention. Notice, your identity has changed. You are no longer bad. You are good. You used to be someone who couldn't succeed. Now you are someone who can succeed. Maintaining this new identity and staying this way. It's not as strong as escaping the old identity. It's tough. Escaping is moving away from pain. Maintaining is just staying in place. Is bad too much in both? The brain likes to escape pain. brain. Why take the risk and tire itself? Moving away may seem logical. The brain also likes to stay in place. Why tire itself? It's nice and comfortable staying put, but it doesn't like progress, because progress means risk. The second thing is this: visible progress is over. You won't be able to see your future progress with your eyes, so the brain won't be satisfied or convinced. First month, you noticed every day. Second month, you noticed every week. Third month, you no longer notice. Your progress continues, but it's invisible, and the brain doesn't account for what it cannot see. Third thing, success is scary. Being someone who is seen and recognized by people can be scary too, because success always brings responsibility. It brings expectations from people. It brings being a target. Someone who is good can make mistakes, because a good cannot be compared to perfect. It can only be compared to a bad. Mistakes of a good person are accepted as normal. Someone who is great cannot make mistakes, because the name says it all. They are great. Unforgivable, trust is broken. You feel bad in front of people. The brain quietly asks, can you handle this pressure? Why are you pushing yourself? Are you obliged? Is pressure and hearing insults pleasant? Won't breaking people's trust trouble your conscience? And you quietly answer, I don't know. You don't even need to know. You are just doing what you want. You are unaware of these questions, but your brain is aware, and this is enough for it. The brain withdraws. Come with me. In the 1990s, a follow-up was done, with observations and experiments. The transition of young athletes from amateur to professional was observed and closely monitored. First year, 87% showed amazing progress. The brain got the sweet feeling. Second year, 64%. The brain tasted satisfaction here. Third year, 31%. The brain is happy. The fourth year was critical, because that term emerged. Good. They were now good. They were in the middle of the league. They weren't noticed, but they weren't disgraced either, because if you are not perfect enough to be noticed, good means you accept it to avoid disgrace. Researchers asked, do you want to reach the peak? Naturally, most, i.e., 94% said yes, but 61% quit by the end of the fourth year. So why did they say yes then? Why? Come with me. Interviews were conducted. Injuries were incurred. Congratulations were received from family. Other opportunities came their way, but psychological tests showed something else. Reaching the peak meant more training, meant more sacrifice in their own life. It started to be seen as a waste of time because this excuse was convincing. It meant more pressure. It meant being more in the spotlight, and they were already good. They relaxed and poof, where are they? Where are the paths? They became invisible. They said we are safe. They were just afraid of disgrace. Or were they? The peak meant being visible, being a target, meant falling, meant rival. Pressure would gradually increase. The brain made a choice.
Chose invisibility.
But you said this as I'm good. This is enough for me. Now look around. Come on, come on. You see it at work. Someone works for a position, makes progress, gets noticed, then stops, says, I'm comfortable here. Did they reach their aim and goal? But the truth is, the next level brings responsibility, and that scares. The aim and goal is the top place, but its pressure and responsibility is heavy. Not everyone can carry it. You see it in relationships. Two people get closer. It goes well. It starts to deepen. They seem to find themselves in each other's eyes. And poof, one withdraws, says, I'm not ready. But the truth is, closeness requires vulnerability, and that scares. You see it in creativity. Someone does something, works and strives, makes progress, starts to get good, then quits, says no time. No, they have time. But the truth is, success means being in the spotlight, means criticism, means being a target, and that scares. It's the same everywhere. In sports, in fields of education, in fields of art, in career fields. The beginning is hard but done. Progress is hard but continued. But at the threshold of success, never mind, I don't have time anyway, is said, quietly withdrawn. Do you think it's bad enough? This isn't just about activities. You do it too. Everywhere in your life. You set a goal for yourself. You approach it. Then you change the goal. Why? You say, actually, I didn't want this. No, you wanted that, but what happened? But maybe it was exactly what you wanted. But achieving it would change you, and you are afraid of change. Losing weight. The last 5 kilos are the hardest. Why? Because you already look good. The last 5 kilos are for great, and great draws attention, creates expectation, requires maintenance. Good is comfortable. No one looks too much. No one expects too much. Learning a language. Intermediate level is the hardest. Why? Because you can speak now. Advanced level is for fluency, and being fluent means talking with natives, means being embarrassed about making mistakes, means being judged. Intermediate level is safe. You can say, I'm still learning. You have an excuse. Career. Middle position is the most comfortable. Why? Because you are already successful. Upper position is for being a leader, and being a a leader means being visible, means making decisions, means being blamed, means being a target. Middle position is invisible, safe, comfortable. The brain says, stay here, says I won't work too much, and you stay. Now there is something deeper. Come with me. Success changes your identity, and you don't want to change your identity. Being someone who struggles is comfortable. You can make mistakes. You can say, I'm still learning. You have an excuse. Being someone who succeeds is hard. You no longer have an excuse. You no longer have yet. Now there is only you have it or you don't. And that is scary. Failure affects someone who tries. They say, well, at least they tried. But it destroys someone who succeeds. They say, they used to be good, but they lost. That's why most people prefer to try, not to succeed. Because someone who tries can try forever, is never judged. Someone who succeeds has to maintain forever, is constantly judged. The brain asks, which identity is safe? The answer is always the same, the struggler. In the 2000s, a study was done. Authors publishing their first novel. The first book was moderately successful, sold 10,000 to 50,000. Critiques were good. They said promising. There was expectation for the second book. Publishers wanted it. Readers were waiting. Checked after 5 years. 71% had not written a second book. Interviews were conducted. Couldn't find time. Inspiration didn't come. Life ran. But when dug deeper, something else emerged. In the first book, there was no pressure. No one was waiting. They were free. They could experiment. They could make mistakes. In the second book, there was pressure. Everyone was waiting. They were trapped. They had to prove themselves. They couldn't make mistakes. And the brain chose this, not writing, because not writing meant not failing, meant not creating disappointment, meant not being judged. Not writing was safe. You sabotaged yourself. What did you do? How will you turn back from here? Sabotage is not always obvious. Sometimes it's visible. You quit directly. You say, I don't want it anymore. Everyone sees. Sometimes it's semi-visible. You don't quit but slow down. You say, I'm too busy. You say, I'll return, but you don't return. Sometimes it's invisible. You continue, but you don't give 100%. You manage with 65%. Why 65%? Because 65% is enough so you don't fail. But the main difference is this. Those who are great refused to press the sabotage button. They accepted the pressure that success brings. They accepted the identity change. They accepted being visible. They accepted being a target. And you press that button every time, unnoticed, quietly, automatically, because the brain says, you are good enough. More is risky. Stay here. You are safe. And you listen. You listen every time. Now think, where are you standing right now? Are you at the beginning? Are you in the progress phase? Or have you frozen at the good level? Maybe you achieved something, got congratulations, felt good, and you stopped. Maybe you are working on something right now, making progress, approaching success, and quietly, you are thinking of slowing down. Maybe you never started, because even the possibility of success scares you from starting. Know this: next time, when you reach the threshold of success, and the feeling of withdrawal comes, it is not weakness. It is your brain's survival mechanism, protecting you from change, protecting you from risk, protecting you from being judged. But the question is, are you the one deciding, or is it your brain? The difference between the two is perhaps the difference between good and great, perhaps the difference between staying stuck and continuing to progress. Which one do you choose? Are you really choosing, or is your brain choosing for you?